That's the kind of high energy I'm looking for.
The wondering mind. The wondering mind. The wondering mind.
Where the mind wanders.
The wondering. The wondering.
What the fuck is up, everyone? It's your boy, Kevin G. Give me a second. You're already off to a bad start. Oh, man. Gotta jump over all these fucking wires. How do I look?
You look sweaty.
Welcome back to the Wondering Mind podcast. The mind wanders. I, of course, am your sexy, dapper, big-dicked host, Kevin G. And today, you know this guest. You know it's here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Why? I don't have to. They know who it is. Y'all already know who it be.
It's Marie Guadalupe's in the building.
Yee. Y'all already know. It's your girl, Little Loops.
Yeah, cállense. How are you doing today, Maria?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I feel like just a little tired, but that's just the usual.
Well, it's been a long day, That's what happens when you put in 8 hours of work.
Yeah, and that ain't nothing.
Excuse me if you could hear my peas. I still have yet to get a little cover for this mic. You can see Maria has I don't even know what that's called. A pop filter. That's what it's called. Not a pop filter, something else. But please excuse my P words until I get me a cover.
Why does that thing make it sound weird or what?
Look, say a P word.
Pencil.
Do you?
Pussy.
You ready for this? Pencil, pussy, puto, panza.
Penis.
Enough of this, all right? We're getting a little crazy already. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, you guys. You guys are like, Kevin, ¿por qué me dejaste solo tanto este tiempo? No podía vivir sin ti. Well, I'm back, okay? And look, we got a whole new setup, all right? I just bought this new mic right here. This mic, I just bought it, and it came with this boom stand, bro. Can you believe that shit? This shit was not cheap. It was only... Okay? That's a lot of money. I ain't gonna be throwing that away.
Oh, snaps.
Careful over there. What have I been up to? I haven't really been up to much. Actually, I'm a liar. I've been up to a lot. Okay? Don't listen to Kevin G. This is what I've been up to. If you guys have not been following my page on DeleriousEscapade, that is my second YouTube channel. I don't know why you guys have not subscribed yet, okay? In reality, you guys should have already been subscribed because that has all the holy grail content. On this page, there's my P word, you get nothing but the best audio experience coming from my mind. But if you want to see what I do on the day-to-day basis, why don't you get your ass?
Go check it out, homeboy.
Look, Maria is in DeleriousEscapade. What do you think about that?
About me being in there or what?
About the Delerious'Escapade YouTube channel.
It's dope, We fuck shit up, do some action, do a little something here and there, you know what I'm saying?
What does that even mean?
I'm just playing.
She's actually a little right now.
I wish. Nah, just kidding.
If you guys don't know what DeleriousEscapade is, that is my channel where I vlog and I do nothing but crazy adventures. That's pretty much what it is. It is an adventure vlog where Maria and she always makes an appearance, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
She is low-key my favorite guest star in the videos. Did you know that, Maria?
How am I your low-key favorite
Well,
when I should be?
I never told you till now. That's why you're my low-key favorite. Okay,
Well,
now you're back.
Who else?
You're back to being low-key. Okay.
Oh hell no.
You happy? Maria is no longer my favorite. You heard it here first. Because you said, why am I low-key? Are you happy?
Yee.
I'm so happy. To be honest, I'm so happy because you don't know how long it took me to set this shit up, man. Okay? This shit took me. What time is it right now?
It's
Ain't nobody got the time. Oh, I got to watch them.
It's 4:56.
4:56. I tried setting this up all the way since 3:20. Do you get me? I've been working on this since 3:20. It's 4:26. I've been working on it for a straight hour.
Mm-hmm. You were like a monkey hammering some nails together.
Was watching YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video. That shit was mad annoying. But let me give a shout out, right? Let me give a quick shout out to my boy Lee Sai At. My motherfucker. He really helped out because I was having a lot of trouble with it. I could not for the life of me figure out why I could not connect two microphones. He gave me a little push, you get me? There's another P word. He gave me a little push in the right direction. And then that's why I was able to acquire this other microphone, because I've had this one for the longest time. Have never used it because I couldn't connect it to my Zoom.
Oh, is this the one that used to have the golden, or is this the golden?
Yeah,
one?
that's the other. I used to have another 2 pairs of microphones, but those were condenser microphones.
Mm-hmm.
Those were hold up. I got a little gas in my chest. Those were USB microphones. So those ones were simple because all you had to do was stick it into the phone or whatever you wanted to use. And these ones are professional. You know how much each microphone is?
Money.
That's
how
a lot
much.
of money. You get me? I can't just be spending all the time. You get me? But let's just jump into it. Okay, there's just a little what has Kevin been up to, right? I did all this work for you guys. The podcast is growing. My dick is growing. My nuts are getting longer. Every day.
They're dragging down to the shoes.
Especially since it's warming up. My motherfucking nuts have been so long.
I'm excited.
I accidentally. You're excited about my nuts or about the warm days?
For the nuts?
I flushed my nuts by accident. All right. Do you know how hard that is to do? Only men over 65 know how to do that.
Are you 65?
No, that's the problem. I got some big ass nuts.
Big ass nuts.
Parecen de toro, you know? But yeah, I'd really be liking this boomstick, to be honest. Look, I'm hands free. Well, so is Maria, but look at this is short. Okay, now. Okay, I'm nerding out. First, let's get started, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a friend who you know isn't really a scrapper, a fighter, or somebody that can get into physical altercations, but they somehow got themselves into a physical altercation?
Let me see. A list of friends. Nope.
Well, I got a story for you, Maria.
Yeah,
okay.
what is it?
This
It better be good.
Aren't all my stories good?
Oh, you know, just a little smidge, you know what I'm talking about.
This story takes place back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
This was when I was a sophomore. No, I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, so that would have been 10th grade, right?
Yeah, that's 10th grade. That's 15-year-old kid, right? That's this many.
Oh my gosh, your hands are so sweaty.
I'm a little nervous around pretty girls like you. So I was in high school, right? And I don't know. Okay, this story is going to involve 2 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them, let's just call Orlando, right? One of them is Orlando, and the other one is going to be called,
Jeff?
No,
Are these names closer to the person?
his name's going to be Aaron.
Okay, Aaron.
Aaron and...
Orlando.
What's the other guy's name?
Orlando
and Aaron, right? So there's these 2 guys,
Mm-hmm.
right? Aaron, he happens to be my friend. He's not really a fighter. He is just a stoner, like a straight up pothead, right?
Yeah.
And at this time, my boy Aaron tenía un copete. You know what a copete is?
Oh, hell yeah. It's those bangs, you know?
For those of you that don't know, a copete is a style that was very, very popular back in the day, in which you only left the front part of your hair. This just like a bangs, just your bangs. You just let them grow out as long as you could.
Yep.
And you shave every other part of your head.
Yeah.
Back in back in high school, that was my style too. I was rocking that copete style. You feel me?
I remember seeing kids doing that shit like in middle school and even still in high school too. Going through middle school and high school, they just had like it would be shaved like a number 1.
That shit.
Number 1, and then they'd have their copete, and then they would fucking slick that shit back, and you know they would put some fucking 3 flowers on it.
Some 3 flowers.
Some tres flores. You know
flores.
what's up?
Y si no, some moco de gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have mine all the way down to my chin. So like when I would go to school, I had this one teacher who was a bitch, by the way. He would tell me, "Hey, you missed a spot," and then he'd point at my copete, and I'd be like, "No, it's supposed to be like that."
Yeah.
But in reality, I cried a little bit inside. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt me.
Like, cause your hair was imperfect or what?
Cause in my head, I thought I looked sexy. You get me? Everything else in my head was bald. It was shaved to a 1, except for my copete, and I would style that bad boy back. Así na, como una vaca licked me, like a cow licked me.
Yeah.
And the copete went all the way to the back of my head, and then I would feel it tickling my noggin. Just
Oh shit! Like right there in the back of the neck.
yeah, just a little on the back of the neck. It kind of got my nipples hard. So I really love. I almost eating the mic. I was putting the mic in my mouth. That's how good. That's how much I love it. But Aaron, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a stoner. I would never expect this behavior from him.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy, Orlando, this motherfucker is a scrapper. This dude would fight a penguin if he was in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy just loves to fight. I remember one time the lunch lady said, "You can't have a second one," so he knocked that lunch lady out.
Are you fucking for real?
Nah, but it sounded good, huh?
Ah, liar.
I sold it.
No, it's cause I'm gullible.
Gulabble. Gullible.
Is that how you spell it?
No, but you're gullible.
This ain't.
Okay. So anyways, somehow Aaron got into a beef with Orlando.
Oof.
I'm guessing this is what happened. All right. I'm not 100% on the facts, but there was some shit talking involved. I'm pretty sure Aaron said some shit about Orlando, not to him, because let me tell you again, my boy Aaron is a big pothead. Not really. There's no bad bone in his body, right? He wouldn't hurt a fly, right? It's just him and his copete. That's it. Him and his copete.
It's just a whole misunderstanding, you know?
So he said something, and then it got back to Orlando, and he got mad. You get me? Like I said, this guy just loves to fight. He's over here. If he hears a fly sneeze, he wants to beat the shit out of him. So it got to him. And then somehow that's when the rumors started flying around the school. Oh, did he hear he's talking shit about him? Oh, shit, he said this about him. Oh, Aaron said that he can't fight. Orlando said he's going to beat his ass. And then that was just, throughout, we're in class, and that's all you're hearing was just whispering.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and across the high school, for those of you that don't know, we have a park, right? It's a duck park. Back in my day, right? 2010. Back in 2010, well, those throughout my high school year, shit used to be different. It's not like how it is now. We used to settle shit outside,
the parking lot.
Fisticuffs. No, not in the parking lot.
In the park, yeah,
At the duck park. When shit would go down, that's all you would hear. Hey, meet me at the duck park, fool.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to the duck park.
And wouldn't it be like like that little hill where there'd be a lot of trees where they cut them down?
There would be a lot of fights there
like
too.
Right there, because you couldn't see shit.
Yeah, there used to be an area that was completely covered with trees. It was in the middle of the park, and people would just scrap right there.
Yeah.
But the city took off like 80% of all the trees there, so now there's nothing but dirt. They fucked it up. But everybody was like, "There's gonna be a fight at the duck park. Fight at the duck park. Duck park. There's a fight at the duck park. Duck park. So everybody knew what was gonna happen. Class was over at 3:15. At 3:00, everybody got their guy. You get me? Do you get me when I say they got their guy?
Yeah.
They walked with whoever whoever was their boy. I was walking with my boy, Aaron,
Yeah.
Because what I mean is we're walking them. You know how fighters walk into a ring like they're about to fight, and they have their homies behind them, like, yeah,
just kind of like hyping them up, and then while the actual fighters like shit.
Yeah, they're walking ahead, and then we're all just walking like a gang. So his posse is walking towards the duck park. Aaron's posse, I was part of his, you know. I was like, yeah, let's go. Even though I was like, this motherfucker's gonna get his ass whooped, right? Because, like I said, I've never seen him throw a punch. I think the most aggressive thing I ever saw him do was jack off.
How do you see him jack off?
That's not important. So we're following him to the park. And there is, you know, where I went to eat the pupusas in that dirt lot. There's a dirt parking lot in the back area of the park where there's swings, and it's pretty hidden in there too.
Nah.
Not really.
Muscle man.
But you got like 4 or 5 cars pull up in that dirt parking lot because everybody wants to see this fight. I'm telling you, back in the day, when somebody said, meet me at the duck park, that shit was an event. People got popcorn. You saw someone get takis. They got a little Fanta. Shit was real, man. The girls were out there like flashing titties. The guys are out there just like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Flashing their mosquito bites or what?
They're flashing their itty bitty titty mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So there's like 5 or 6 cars in the parking lot. We're creeping up, right? We meet up in the parking lot, and he meets us there too. So then it's them two talking shit to each other. Hey, so what's up, fool? I heard you were talking shit. And then Aaron was like, nah, fool, I heard you were talking shit. You get me? And it sounded funny because he ain't never talked shit in his life. So I'm like, I don't know about this. You sure he was talking shit? He was talking shit? Hey, what's his name?
Orlando?
Hey, Orlando, I think it's a misunderstanding. He ain't never talk shit. He don't even take his shit.
He don't even talk at all. He just flips his hair.
Yeah, that's gonna be part of it. Just wait for it, right? So then, you know, they're talking shit. Well, do something then, puto. Do something then. You know, shit's getting heated. The circle is forming around him naturally, like we're in Fight Club, and everyone's like, "Whoa, yeah, punch him!" And then they go at it, right?
Yeah.
I'm standing in the front row of this circle, and then they just put their dukes up. They're just like, all right, let's fucking go then. and then it begins, right? They creep up to each other. They circle. They're like 2 cocks in a cockfight. Just they throw a jab, you know, nothing. He throw a jab, nothing. And then finally, Orlando throws a left hook to his head, connects to his cheek. What was his name?
Aaron?
Aaron gets hit in the cheek, just boom, and then he gets hit, and his copete is so long it covers his right eye, and he's like, he has to put it back up. So while he's putting it back up with his right hand, boom, another right hook to the cheek, and then he's like, dazed and confused. His copete is like cut in half. It's just all over the place, and this guy is like he busted him because Orlando punches hard. That motherfucker punches hard.
Yeah.
This guy loves to fight, like I said. So he punched him, and he's leaking. He punched him from, like, I think I got him in the nose. He was leaking from his nose to his lip. The whole time, this is him. He's like, trying to fight and throw his copete up. He's, like, fighting and throwing his copete up. And keep your hands up. Fuck your copete. He's, like style in the back, punch in the face. Style in the back, punch in the face. It's like he tried to get punches in, but, you know, he ain't no scrapper. So he probably got 1 punch in and it hit him in the chest probably, but I would say he got his ass beat hard. You get me? Okay, so he's fighting him, and then at one point there's a car behind us, and then I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
You said it already twice.
Did I?
Yeah. Like, I even freaking looked at you, and you just looked at me. Like,
Okay. Kevin, bleep those times out. Okay.
Yo, does it even matter?
Yes, it does. Because I don't want my boy to, you know, this is my boy. This is my homie.
I don't even know who the dude is.
That's good. You don't need to know. Just know, Aaron, right? He's up against the car.
Yeah, there was a car.
I'm gonna call them. Okay, you know this is too confusing. I'm gonna call them A and O. Okay, A is Aaron, and O is Orlando. Okay, so A and O. So A's on the car, right? He like gets pushed there by O, and then when he gets pushed there, the back of his head slams on the top of the roof of the car.
Oh.
So he like boom pushes him, and then his head goes like slams hard.
Did it bounce?
Yeah, it bounced, and then his neck just went forward, and then when his head slammed, made a sound like metal, just boom, and then he bounced back, and then another 2 from that guy, and then after those 2, everybody just ran and took him off, and then
Damn.
and
They
then
just left him there?
no, and then everybody no, A didn't go down. He was still up. He's like, where you going? You get me?
I'm trying to fix his hair.
He's over here fixing his copete, like,
yeah.
where you going, pussy? But they pulled him off him because he was getting his ass beat. It was like a pit bull versus a chihuahua, man. That shit was not fair. And then O was like, what? What's up? What's up? You want more, pussy? You want more? And then A is like, no. You're like, no, you want some more or what? But you know, everyone's like, hey, calm down.
Calm down, killer. You can't do shit.
He's like, calm down. You weren't even kicking his ass. You were getting your ass kicked, dog. Much of this on fucking hair, right? He got his ass beat so hard that he cut 2 inches off his head, his hair.
Make no sense.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. I was like, Jesus, man. Why would you even try fighting if you've never even thrown a punch in your life?
That's crazy.
Moral of the story is, if you guys can't fight, don't be starting shit.
But hey, how do you know if you're good at fighting if you haven't even tried it?
Easy.
What if he just had that little confidence, you know? Like I never fight before, but fuck it, we're gonna try it out.
That's the best time to try out a fight is with somebody who knows how to fight. Is that what you're saying?
It makes you get the best out of you.
I guess that if you want to follow Maria's advice, if you really want to fight, pick it with a stranger.
Yeah.
I recommend person with cauliflower ear because that person
It's
obviously
gross.
doesn't know how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what do you think of that little story?
It's pretty good, you know. Sigh.
What was your favorite part?
The dude flicking his hair up, you know. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite part.
It's my favorite part. Click one already.
Yeah, that was just a quick little warm up story to get your guys' nipples going, right?
Yeah, totally.
There was another one I wanted to tell. What was this other one? There was, fuck. Where's my
Chale, man.
Where's my phone at? This is my.
I don't know where you have it.
Okay, give me a second, Maria. Keep him busy.
Okay, so like the other day is the other day. You know what I'm saying? You always lose your shit, I swear. Yeah, so Kevin always loses his shit. This ain't nothing new.
Oh, it's right there.
And so he's always running off like a chicken with the head cut off. So it ain't nothing new. Get used to it.
All right. All right, we are back. Oh, look, I just got a text from Alex. Let's see if he's willing to pick up the phone. Excuse me if I sound like a fat ass fucking breathing, because I am. It's very hard. Okay, we'll give him a call. I don't know.
The child is sleeping.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna answer. You know, we called Alex last time and he picked up. He's probably jacking off right now.
He's jerking it.
He said he's very hard, so
He fell asleep on his hand. He's trying to fall asleep on his hand.
it says Alex can't talk right now. Oops. Let me see. Let me see what happens when I call this guy. If he picks up, you guys are in for a treat. Hello? Hello?
Yo, this has a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's all the cat hair.
Right?
Damn. Ain't nobody pick up. You feel me?
Another day, huh?
Hey, I tried. You get me? You can't say I haven't tried to get this
You can't say shit, homeboy.
Nah.
This boy tried.
Nah. Wait till I get
My
my
money's there. Do, 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 do.
Da-da-da-da. Oh, here's a good story. Speaking of Alex, would you punch a child if he hurt one of your loved ones?
Depends what type of loved ones. Like
Let's say
another
you're-
child
Let's say
or a cat.
a different child hit your brother.
Like a child that doesn't
I'm talking
Belong
like
to me?
maybe 6 years old. Would he punch that child?
hit my brother. Depending. Okay, say it again. Let me see.
I'm gonna just get into it.
No,
Okay.
No. I wanna see.
So this is where we're talking about, right? We're at a party,
Okay.
and I'm hanging out with my little brother Alex. This is way back. This is when Alex was maybe like 6 years old, right? And that would make me like 16 because I'm 10 years older than him.
Mhm.
So we were at a trailer park party. Of course, we're Mexican. We love the trailer parks, right?
Yeah.
Había birria, había una carnita asada allá afuera, las tortillitas, una salita verde.
Carnita asada.
And at this trailer, there was a little slide, right? A little slide for children, not for adults or anything. Just, like maybe a 2-3 foot one.
Was it like those bounce houses?
It's a plastic slide.
Oh, it's just those cheap plastic
Just a
ones?
cheap plastic slide.
Órale.
All right. So, Alex was climbing the little ladders because he was going to go down the little slide.
Yeah.
That's when another kid, his age, approached him and pushed him off the slide
Holy shit.
while I was watching, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, let him do his thing.
It's a cat that's bothering the shit. So he pushed Alex, and Alex fell on his ass. I seen this, and that enraged me, right? I'm 16-year-old.
Was that like another little kid?
I just told you it was another little kid.
Oh.
Where the fuck would an adult push a child?
I don't know.
Why would an
I
adult
would.
punch a child? Well, I'll
Just
tell you
kidding.
why. Okay? So when he pushed Alex, that got me so mad, right? I have a short temper, and I used to be worse when I was younger, but I'm able to control it now.
Yeah.
But this child just got at me at the wrong time. Because, I still wasn't, I haven't meditated at that time, I didn't really know what deep breath exercises were.
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately run, pick Alex up. The child is trying to climb the ladder. As soon as he lifts one arm up to get on the slide, boom! I just punch him hard in the gut. Not hard, like not like as hard as I can, but like un buen coscorrón, like your mom would give you. You get me? I hit him in the
like on the gut or in the head.
in the gut right
'Cause
here.
Un coscorrón is.
I know,
fucking
but I'm
different.
saying just the amount of force your mom would use it for a coscorrón. She's not gonna go right. She's gonna give you hard, but she's
I
not.
don't know.
Listen, she's not gonna use full strength. Okay, quit playing with me. All right. You think she's gonna bash you over the head?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you.
I get flashbacks.
PTSD is coming in. I don't know. I hit this child, not all my force, probably 1/3 of my fourth.
Mm-hmm.
1/3 of my force.
1/3 of my phone.
1/3 of my fourth. Right. I punch him in the side right here.
Uh-huh.
I hear the air leave his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then he proceeds to get off the slide, right? Because he's climbing down. Now. And then his feet touch the ground and he goes running to his mom.
Yeah.
And he's like, crying. Holding his gut and crying. And then I'm like, "Are you okay, Alex?" He was crying because he's a young one. Yeah. I'm like, "Go ahead, go on the slide." And then he gets down the slide and then he's happy again.
Really?
Do you blame me for doing that?
No. I would do the same thing too.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. You ain't too young to get these hands. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Don't fuck with family or friends. Yeah, that's it. Could it be so hard? If he wouldn't have pushed him, would he have got those results? No. He learned a lesson at an early age that is so priceless. I bet you today, right? This was 10 years ago. No, 11 years ago. I bet you today he looks back at that memory and he says, I'm sure glad that adult punched me in the gut because now I know not to be rude. I didn't get in trouble. The mom did not do nothing to me, right?
No?
Nothing happened. She just probably told him to, cállate, cállate.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Nobody listens to kids.
That's true.
Especially at a Mexican party. They're just there
Mhm.
to bother.
Yeah, 'cause you know how they be. They're chilling with their friends, drinking some beer, and then the child runs up to them. Oh, this happened, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, get away, go over there, go play with the kid again."
Vete a jugar allá over there. Yeah, that's how it is. So that's probably what happened with that kid.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, you mess with the bull, you get the horns. You feel me? I'm like the mama bear.
Yeah.
Alex is my young child. Okay,
I could see that.
he's my little baby. Okay, that was another one, right? How do you like that one?
I like it. What do you want me to say? Huh?
Maybe
Yeah,
like
what?
you appreciate my stories.
I appreciate your stories. Okay. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Okay, now we're gonna end this podcast on a bang,
Yeah, how?
right? Because I feel like a lot of you guys are saying, Kevin, no que eres muy locote, muy crazy. Where are all those crazy stories at, Kevin? No que you were facing 15 years in prison y todo eso, no? Well, like I always say, people, you wait for the end of the podcast and you get the best story for last, right? Today's story, ultimate story, is going to be a good one. I don't know if I've told you before, but if not, you're in for a treat as well.
What?
This story takes place back when I was 21 or 22, right? So that's about 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I was heavy in the game. This is when I was trapping. This is when I was selling. This is when my cock was fully erect. Minus the last part. What's so funny?
It was fully erect. Just kidding. I don't know, honestly. Continue.
So there I was, selling, and it was a re-up day, right? I had to re-up to get some more broccoli, right?
Mm-hmm.
I needed more broccoli because I just sold all of my broccoli. No, it's not really broccoli, but if you know, you know. Okay, I ain't gonna spell it out for you, you fucking dope. I went to go get some more broccoli. I hit up the dude. At this time, I was in charge of the whole operation because the head honcho was on vacation, right? I was inheriting the family business, if you will, because it had gotten to a place where we were making so much money that it was like he didn't even have to be there. I was the only one I was in charge of counting the cash. I was in charge of getting the product. I was in charge of just I was in charge of actually, the whole operation, right?
Okay, so he was doing the left and the right and the up and down, basically. Okay, go ahead.
God, I was number 2 in command. I was not the head honcho.
You my right hand.
I was the right hand.
Go-to.
But it was getting the business was so good, right? It was so good that we were gonna expand, right? We were making a lot of money. So then he was on vacation over there in Mexico, fucking eating sardines and doing crack cocaine or whatever. So he left me in charge. I got access to all the people on the contact list. I was in charge of when people came over, I had to give them what they needed. And then I was in charge of re-upping.
Okay.
So I hit up the dude, the main dude, right, where I get the broccoli from. And he's
vegetables.
Yeah, and he and he's over there in Colorado, right, which is 5 hours away. And I'm like, hey, I'm about to run out. I'm gonna need some mo. And he's like, okay, yeah, for sure, man, come on through. So I always go it would be like once or twice a week that I would have to go because literally broccoli goes like that. So then this happened to be a Tuesday. I always like to wake up early. Because that way there was no rush. Plus, I have to drive 5 hours. Oh, it's a 10-hour trip, right? There and back. I do it all in one day. I ain't no fucking pussy. So I wake up. I text him, yo, I'm coming through. So this is like 6 a.m. So by the time I'm gonna get there is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? So I'll be there by 11. He's like, okay, man, well, it sounds real good to me. I drive my ass all the way to Colorado, and I get to his house, right? And like a friendly man, right? Like a good host, he's like, do you want to take a dab? Right? His eyes are already red, bloodshot. I'm like, is that even a fucking question? So I see that he has one of these fancy dancy dab rigs. The ones that do not need a torch, already electrically heated. I just take one, right? And I'm feeling real good. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling real good.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, bro, could you like, are you in a rush or anything? And then I'm like, kind of, but not really. Why? And then he's like, come with me. And then, I get a little worried. I start getting a little panicky. I'm like, wait, what do you mean come with me? What's that mean? Did you just give me drugs and gonna rape me now? I was a little dazed and confused, if you will, right? Maybe that wasn't really a dab that I took, but I follow him to his backyard. And in the backyard, I see that he has a shed, right? It's a pretty good-sized shed. I would say it's a medium-sized shed. We enter the shed. There's only one dimly lit light bulb there with a chain, a little metal chain. And he clicks it, and it turns on, and there's nothing in there but that light, a shovel, and a rake. And then I'm like, this dude is going to fucking kill me. I'm going to get killed, and then my ass is going to get raped or something. You get me? I'm panicking because I'm like, what the fuck? You get me? What, did I just get set up? What the fuck? Because there's nothing in there but a shovel, a rake, and a fucking dingy light bulb.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, sorry, bro, but, and then I'm like, but what? He's like, sorry, bro, but the stuff ain't ready yet. I'm like, my mind, it made me feel a little at ease. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, let me show you. And then out of nowhere, he just opens it seemed like a wall, just a regular wall in that shed. But he slides it open. And behind there is another room. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then we go inside that room. He closes the door. And then as soon as I enter, the smell of fresh broccoli just hits my nose. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is this? So then we go down. It's like a narrow hallway. And then as we're going down the narrow hallway, we have to turn right. And then as soon as we turn right, it's like a fucking shitload of lights just shining on these green-ass plants. I'm telling you, it's a huge-ass grow operation in there. Like, ginormous. I've never seen so many plants in my life. This guy was running an illegal grow-op in his shed. And then I was just like, whoa, I was amazed. That's the first time I've ever seen one. And once you see one for the first time, it's a special experience. And he's like, yeah, you see those on the ground? Those are yours, but they haven't been trimmed yet. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we kind of got backed up. So, could you help trim him? I'm like, he's like, I'll throw in a little extra if you help. And I'm like, shit, say no more. So then he comes back and he hands me a little trimming scissors. They're very small, like to trim your mustache, it seems.
Yeah.
And then he just shows me real quick. He's like, you just want to trim the leaves. You don't actually want to get the nug of the broccoli, right? And then I'm like, let me see this out. So then I started chop. I'm like, wow, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then I do, we get all that done, right? I forgot to mention, there's a little Chinese lady in there. Like,
what?
There's a Chinese woman in there trimming. As soon as we get there, I'm like, who the fuck is this Chinese woman? He got to work, I'm thinking a Chinese immigrant chopping illegal weed in there.
I bet you.
And then she didn't say nothing. She just looked up.
That's how you know.
And went back to work. And then I'm like, holy shit. So it was me, this Chinese woman, and this dude just in this small, just like a little table in front of us, just chopping away. The Asian girl did not speak. She was a woman. The dude and I were speaking not too much. We were more concentrated, just snipping away. And then I get what I need. He throws in a little extra. And then he's like, yeah, the power company called.
Oh, really?
And then I'm like, really? Why? Like, they wanted to know if I left any lights on or if I had anything running, because they said the electricity bill was really high. And then I'm like, oh shit. He's like, I think they know. And then I'm like, what do you mean they know? Like, yeah, because I think they know that I have an illegal grow shop. Because I guess there was a huge like bust around that time, because they busted another house just not like maybe a few blocks down the road that he was doing that. And then he was tripping. He's like, yeah, I think they know. And then I'm like, oh fuck, well, be careful then, man. And then he's like, yeah. And then he seemed a little shaky, but I get my stuff, I put it in the car, and I bounce. I make it all the way back over here to my hometown. And then like 3 days later, I hear he got popped. Yeah. They fucking raided his ass. I guess they had an eye on him.
Shit. That's
yeah.
scary.
So they popped that guy. I don't know what happened to little Chinita. I think she got deported back to Chinatown.
I bet you she did.
And that was how I learned how to trim.
So from all of that.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
That was a good story, right?
You learned how to trim.
I learned how to trim in an illegal grow up with a Chinese lady.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
It was a beautiful sight, though. It was very beautiful. But that is where we are going to end today's podcast. Thank you guys for staying tuned for another great episode of the Wandering Mind Podcast. Whee!
The Mind Wanders.
The Mind Wanders. I, of course, have been your host. Your host, Kevin G. Thank you, Maria, for being here.
Yeah, I already know. I'm here.
If you want to follow me on social media, that is the Wandering Mind Podcast on Instagram, patreon.com/ Instagram, the Wandering Mind Podcast. Podcast is spelled with a 0. Patreon.com / the Wandering Mind Podcast. Second YouTube channel is DeleriousEscapade. And if you want to fuck me, 1-800-728-5573. Call now.
Ain't nobody want to bang you?
No one knows what it's like
To be a
sad man. To be a bad man. To be left behind the line. But I remember.
Where's the mute button to this thing?
But all right, guys. Thank you, guys. We'll be back next week with another great and exciting episode of the Wandering Mind Podcast.
Yeet.